developing a map. And there we go. In the bottom left, we do have Bunny. In the top right, it is Mute. I think he's from Peru. And he's, yeah, one of these up-and-comers, one of those promising Protoss players who has been really, really strong recently. He also had even before the patch, he had like a run where he beat Australia. It was Australia's Terran, but he made it into the round of 4, thanks to that. And yeah, it has been on my radar since that day, basically. I'm always happy to cast his games whenever they come up, because they're actually looking really solid. Now, Mute has been using a lot of very greedy styles against Percival, and that's how he kind of managed to win the series so handedly 2-0. And we'll have to wait and see how he's going to fare against Bunny, because Bunny is going to be way more aggressive than Percival. Bunny's already going into that double gas opening, the same thing that Percival did in his series against him, but those technical openings usually are not that big of a threat to Mute. He kind of does hold them, and then he comes back afterwards by being extremely greedy. But the thing is, I don't think Bunny's going to allow that follow-up greed. And that's something that Percival did allow, actually, by being extremely defensive himself after his initial aggression. Mute gets a full scout here. Actually does not see that, but he does not see the factory yet. It's kind of funny, it's like literally at the edge of the vision. It's perfectly dodging the factory. Oh, can he get a kill? No, he does not. The Reaper's gonna even snipe it before he sees that factory. So a little bit unfortunate, doesn't see this, but you should know that it's here. And yeah, I hope though he does not like, oh, I didn't see the factory, it must be on the map thing, you know, where he thinks this is gonna be a proxy. And we do see a Twilight Council going up here, Adepts on the way, being chrono boosted. First Adept is out, try to detour that Reaper. And the command center did just start up here for our Terran players. 2 Reaper actually, going into the 3rd Reaper, Reaper Hellion opening here from Bunny is gonna try to get some drone damage in early here. Once he's gonna hit that 3-2 ratio on those units. Oh, Mute actually shading out his Adept there, but wasn't really that big of an issue because he had that follow-up Adept already coming into position here, and he actually did chase out the other Reaper, so good movement here by him. A little bit unorthodox, but not really exposing himself there. A reactor on the way, and the 2nd Hellion is done, so we're gonna see that tech lab. Starport is of course also on the way. Now, if you can get a Adept before the thing starts, well then you're gonna be golden. Oh, so he leaves the entrance open. And the Hellion is gonna die, but also 1 Adept is gonna die here. Now Reaper's trying to get, Bunny's pulling back the wrong Reaper there, but he gets the 2nd Adept, and now he can just go in on that Stalker. If he gets another bounce, he's gonna still lose that Hellion though, but 1 Reaper's gonna die, so reducing that firepower is actually a big deal here. But 2 Reapers, man. Oh, that's a good quick pylon here to at least block that entrance. Buy some time. He's gonna, should have, yeah, a warp-in available here. Double warp-in. Stalkers are gonna come in, and 2 Stalkers are gonna be enough to deal with these Reapers. Even gonna catch one on the way out, so only 1 Reaper to survive. A Cyclone opening here from Bunny into a Raven. So no early medevac with this. It's gonna play a very defensive actually opening here. And the Reaper's gonna come in again at the front entrance, just gonna throw a grenade and go out again. So he really wants to see a little bit more of the tech, I think. He did not see the Twilight Council, but seeing that Robo is and with the timing is actually a big tell. And he's gonna keep the Reaper alive to probably scout for a 3rd base here, whenever that's gonna be taken. And that's very vital information here in this match for Bunny. And we do see the barracks number 2 and 3 being added in, and there should be an engineering bay on the horizon very soon. There it is indeed. Gonna be added in again. This is gonna be that +1 style. It's gonna be with stim, gonna be with combat shields. This is gonna be stim, this is gonna be combat shields, and then we're gonna see like 3 tanks being pushed. Maybe only 2 because he has that 1 Cyclone actually. So yeah. Oh, that's a big of a little bit of a pickle there here for Mute. This actually rally his, oh, wow, his observer into the death zone of that Raven there. Now he could still go for a third tank and then lift over, but I think he's just gonna go with the double tank setup here. One Cyclone. He still needs to start his double Medivac though. He does not have that money yet. So he has the starport already set up, but he goes into the combat shields first. This is gonna be a very strong 2-best timing push here. Stim, combat shields, +1. We're gonna see concussive shells, we're gonna see marauders, we're gonna see 2 Medivacs, maybe 4. And yeah, it's gonna hit in about a minute. So it's gonna be very powerful here. Raven does scout the Phoenix hallucination. 1 Marine trying to grab that. A Mute is going into a third base, is going into a robotics bay, is going into 3 extra gateways, +1 on the forge, is going into that charge upgrade. And he did not really utilize that much unit production from his robo, and that might be a little bit of a issue, because this push is already coming across, it's already walking across the map. And there's nothing to really break down these tanks. Charge is not done yet. He has a bunch of Stokers, he could blink kill them, but if Bunny's good on the pickups, and if he doesn't allow these Stokers to actually engage this really, well then, there's gonna be a big issue, because if they get into position, if they siege up... Oh no, don't lose the Raven, no! Oh god, he keeps it alive. A couple of force fields here. Try and buy some time, he's gonna make an immortal, but even the chrono boost, that's gonna take a while here. Before that's gonna come out. Shield batteries on the way. But I feel like this is a tiny bit too late here. Are we gonna see a couple of auto turrets here? I think yes, the answer is yes. Now the tanks are exposed there in the back line, but the Marines sniping that robotics bay is basically a game-ending move here. No immortals are gonna join the fight. 1 tank does even survive. Double Widow Mines here to reinforce. Even gonna kill one of these Stokers. And another shot is gonna connect here. Mute messing up a little bit with his micro as well. It's gonna lose some of this production here, so the reinforcement capabilities are gonna be limited as well. And we do see more units rallying in now. He's just gonna dive on these probes. He's gonna expose his tank, but he doesn't care because he can't just... Basically, he can't just kill Mute. I mean, he's walking into the other mineral line and things are falling apart here. Bunny's gunning down everything, and he's gonna take the first map here. Yo, JC Minipating. Good to see you. I've seen all of your comments on YouTube. Thank you so much for checking out the YouTube as well. We'll really fast go into the second map. I think it should be Ereholm. No, sorry, it's Ley Lines. Ley Lines. Next map's gonna be Ley Lines. The map after that is gonna be Ultralove if it comes to it. And the opponent that will be waiting for this man here will be, well, most likely Solar, but as I said that, he's still in game. So he still needs to finish up a series, then he needs to play against Creature, and then he can play against the winner here. So maybe we can catch a full set of Solar against Creature before we go into that final match here between whoever wins here, and then most likely Solar. Also crit. Oh, there. He just finished up a series, so I guess we can't get a full set there. Maybe we can jump into the second map or something. But yeah, let's for now focus on this here. We're looking at a 1-0 situation for Bunny in the top right. And in the bottom left, it is Mute. He took a little bit of early damage and... well, was unfortunately not really able to come back, and he was a little bit greedy with that. I feel like with that Robo being idle so long. If he had like 2 immortals to greet that army, or 1 immortal even, it looks a little bit different, I think. Like having no strong anchor to that army. He had a few zealots. Had a few Stokers. I don't think he had a sentry with a Guardian shield up. as well. So a few things that are actually missing in that army for Mute. And he was not on point on sniping those tanks with these stalkers. Bunny also was not doing this terribly. He had always a few marines in front of that tank, so whenever Mute tried to engage, he took a lot of damage. And Mute was not across the map. He had 3 stalkers across the map, but he didn't have the big bulk of stalkers across the map, so in the end, he wasn't able to force Bunny to siege and unsiege and resiege and stuff like that, so he wasn't able to buy enough time for himself. Let's see if he can kind of fix that for this game, because I feel like Bunny should probably just do the same thing. He's going into this a little bit differently though. We're gonna see the reactor first here, and then the factory, but I feel like this is gonna be another Reaper Hellion opening. And then he probably goes into another 2-base push from that position. Probably with a 3rd CC follow-up this time. But he could even do a SCV pull or just grab a couple SCVs to assist in that first push. And that 3 barracks setup follow-up is so strong with the tanks and the medivacs coming in. And then stim and combat shield peak timing there with the +1 is actually very, very powerful, difficult to hold build. If you want to kind of learn a build as Terran against Protoss, a build for the ladder, right? That's basically what Bunny did. It's quite safe. It does provide you a lot of intel with that Reaper Hellion in the early game. And after you're done with that, you have a very powerful follow-up push with the siege tank and the combat shield +1 stim marines, right, and the medevac. So yeah, it's a very, very strong build. But of course, if you don't deal enough damage, you're quite far behind. If you can't at least kill the 3rd base, you're gonna have a difficult time, because I mean, your opponent was going for what is it called? He was going for charge, he was going for colossi, he was going for that 3rd base. So if he gets all of these things up, it's gonna be very difficult here. Now this time it's gonna be Oracle. Okay. And there's actually nothing that shoots up for Bunny. This could be a free win. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult. Now he has 2 marines. Oh my god, this could also be just... This could be a base trade where... Oh no no no, the Oracle turns around, so it's gonna kill the marines. Ah, he's eating a lot of damage there. I feel like the Oracle already ate a little bit too much damage. We still have these Reapers alive. He's killing 8, 9, 10 workers here almost. But he needs to get that redamage. He needs to get the rekills happen now. I feel like as Bunny, you might want to mass repair, you guys. He's gonna lose all of these Reapers now. And the Oracle is gonna die with a lot of energy actually, and he only killed 5. Now he's gonna have another Oracle. That's what this was also seen, but we see already anti-Oracle production only here. It's gonna be a Cyclone, Viking, a Marine here, more Marines coming out, and Bunny is definitely in a big lead here, killing 13 workers to only 5. And he kind of lost the more expendable units there. I guess Adepts are really expendable as well here for the Protoss player, but I mean, he only lost like Marines, and yeah, good catch there on that Oracle. It's gonna throw that into the bush, into the forest. And on the other side, it's a lot of workers that went down, and the Oracle, like the second Oracle at this point. So this target opening, while I like the idea and I felt like it had a lot of potential and might be a free win here for Mute, but in the end, panic reaction there for, or not reaction, crisis management there for Bunny was really, really on point. And was able to deal with that high energy Oracle. Now if you try to be super smart, right, you after you kill all the units, you set up stasis traps at the production facilities, so you get a lot of time, basically one full production cycle where you can just kill workers because you have that much energy. Now he's gonna focus down that shield battery, and now he will try to kill all of the units here. There is a lot of zealots though, so they're kind of tanky here, and the Stalker and the Sentry are starting to whittle down this army, but double a Cyclone, Viking still standing strong here, and I feel like the writing's on the wall for Mute. He's trying to warp in a few more extra units, but now the Cyclone is getting locked on, the Stalker is getting locked on and killed. That extra zealot is getting killed. He's only warping in zealots. He does have charge. So yeah, maybe that's why, but I don't think he's gonna go up into the numbers he needs to push back this army, and indeed this bunny's gonna take the series. Let's